Welcome to Spirituality Spots with Sister Kathy. I am so glad that you are joining me this week. April 25th is World Day of Prayer for Vocations. It is also Good Shepherd Sunday. And in this spot, I'd like to draw a parallel between both major events. This week, we pray for those who are discerning ordination to the priesthood or diaconate. We are also praying for those members of apostolic institutes and all those who are discerning to become involved in secular institutes. We remember them in prayer. And we also remember this weekend is Good Shepherd Sunday. And I have so many fond memories of Good Shepherd Sunday. When I was asked to be vocation director for my Franciscan religious community, I was finishing up my graduate degree in theology, and I was in a medical ethics course. And I met a wonderful woman who described to me that she was a shepherdess. And I thought, man, that is really a different kind of ministry or job. And so as we got to know each other, she also told me that she had been doing retreats on her farm. And so what I did is I arranged a Saturday where we could go to her farm. Several of our associates who are people who want to become involved in our Franciscan charism but remain married and or maybe single. And I took quite a few of these women and men to Joan and John Sheep Farm. And the theme of the retreat was Good Shepherd Sunday, or Psalm 23. And the retreat was a wonderful experience as we traversed the 50-acre farm and looked at various themes in Psalm 23. When I was able to catch my breath and reflect on this retreat, I couldn't help but think how Jesus, our Good Shepherd, reminded me of what Joan and John did on the sheep farm. They told us how each sheep knows their voice and how the new sheep into the world, and how when any sheep got lost, they had to go look for it. So after the retreat, I decided as vocation director, I would take 25 teenage women from surrounding high schools, and we would spend a week on Joan and John Sheep Farm. We would go and minister in Waynesburg to various places, to soup kitchens and nursing homes, and then we would come back to the farm and we would share faith with the young women. But the big part of their experience was the sheep. And Joan shared with them how the sheep needed to be tended to and how each knew her voice, and that if one would leave or get lost, that she would have to go and find it. And indeed, one year, one of the sheep got lost and everything had to stop. We stopped preparing supper and we went to look for this one sheep. One of her neighbors found it. And it reminded me how very much Jesus looks for us whenever we become distracted or we become anxious, or as one good friend shares with me, how we worry needlessly and how we really need to trust in the Good Shepherd. And so I ask you to reflect this week on your relationship with the Good Shepherd, with Jesus, who wants to be with you every step of the way. And since I know many of you will not have the opportunity to go on a sheep farm and experience sheep, perhaps you can think of this image in the scriptures and think about the times that you have been distracted or felt lost, but Jesus was right there beside you. I pray that this week you may have a good week, that it is filled with peace, and that you will grow ever closer to the Good Shepherd. Thank you for joining me.